Hello everyone, Sons and Doug2, and welcome to another mod overview, this time on ToggleBlockUpdates, a fabric mod that adds in two types of game rules. The first one has it where obviously it can toggle whether blocks emit updates to neighbouring blocks, and the other one is obviously, if true, it will record and emit all block updates that would have been caused while doing the prior command. If it was false, I'm assuming, when the other is set to true, so certain differences between recording and emitting block updates, and obviously it determines based on the other command, I'm assuming. We'll just take a look at the actual video put out by the creator so you can get an idea of how it works. So redstone doesn't update beyond what stage it has. And if I set it to true, obviously it'll continue updating itself as need be, so it's almost like pausing the redstone signal, or the redstone cycle, I guess. Okay, and I'm assuming you can pretty much just have it so that it stays there constantly, even though the block has been removed and it's still doing things. I'm assuming with the banner it's possibly just it acting out its animation, or not having it where it's obviously dropping when a block has clearly been removed and it shouldn't be able to stay there. So you could have banners stay in place instead of being stuck on the block that they're supposed to be tied to. I'm assuming this would work the same with item frames and certain other stuff that's stuck to walls like paintings. And we'll see what they've got planned here. I'm assuming showcasing in that the actual block or command changes for the full command here. Or something else. Yeah, okay, so having it so that the portal changes based on using the actual fence gate, because obviously opening and closing it updates the block. Right, so that's interesting. So that's quite a few interesting uses of it. Obviously, as you can tell, it's pretty much just do block updates and queue block updates, and there's obviously a true or false or boolean. And yeah, so we'll just try and interact with a few blocks that could probably fit under this category besides what was shown in the video. So obviously a bunch of redstone specific signal things, obviously gates, and possibly certain other signals and such. I can't think of many things besides those shown that may differ enough. Let's see, we could try this. Actually, that's just an animation, it's not two separate states. I'm trying to think of something that has separate states. Let's see, what would be something with separate states? A door, possibly? We'll try a few things. So we've got a detector rail. We've got, say, some redstone. We'll get a door or something, for example, and we'll just set the do block updates to false, and we'll get a minecart. We'll get some other rails. So we'll just move along. and it's clearly on the detector rail, but it's not actually doing anything. It's just sort of sitting there, and it hasn't changed the redstone to actually open the door. We'd also obviously open the door, and it seems to be that its two halves are working differently. So obviously, since it's two parts, I've forced that on its own. That hasn't updated because it's not supposed to, until I obviously change this, and then it can now have both work together. I'm assuming in terms of, say, block updates otherwise, in terms of, say, breaking these, I could change that so that I remove one. It hasn't actually updated the others to follow suit. And I can go to true. So I'm assuming that's still in place, or it thinks it's still in place. There we go. Or just from that height onwards, it'll acknowledge it. Otherwise, the button, got the signal there, try without, it's not going to send a signal, the button still goes with its animation though. Trap chest, its animation's still going. I'm trying to think, I would assume stuff like sending things to a hopper wouldn't work. Just most of them going to go off of, let's see, we'll do that, and we'll put the chest down here. Okay, so block updates false. It's not affected. Okay, so stuff like sending things item-wise isn't going to change it, because the block isn't changing in that way. Or it's a out of the world sort of thing, rather than a GUI sort of change, it seems. I don't know the specifics, so I can only guess. Let's see, if we try, say, with a signal here, try with string and see if it acts the same as redstone. Actually, that would just be a redstone signal rather than just the animation playing the machine. That's probably why. We'll try true here. Yep, so that's just a redstone signal change. That still works with its animation. We don't have anything else sort of changing like the door with it. Piston won't go off, obviously. Let's see. Okay. And I'll put that there. But either way, the queuing part though, I'm assuming is just obviously having it where it does certain actions at different times, or queuing the order of when it'll block update. So I'm assuming if I had it where, say, the door was in pieces, like so, and I wanted to queue it so that possibly the signal for the minecart goes before this door fully catches up, or certain other things. Possibly it's something like that. Otherwise, I'm really not sure. I'm kind of just going off the fact that it queues certain block updates, rather than whatever else is possible with it. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.